Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to A Winning World. Again, on today, um, I'm here with my sister, my friend from Denmark, Jeannette. You say hello.
Hi. Hi.
And I always put out a disclaimer that we're sending peace and love and protection to everyone that is out there. Take what is taking place seriously, not in a place of fear, but in a place of faith. And just know that everything is going to work itself out, and we're going to come out greater on the other side of this. But please, please, please follow the instructions of your leaders wherever you may be, and take your extra precautions even for yourself and your family, on a continuous basis. And may we learn how to just continuously keep things in a sanitary place, going forward. We should have already had many of these practices in place, but of course, with such a worldwide crisis on our hands, we are, enlightened and should have more wisdom coming out of this. So, peace and love to you all. We're going to have fun during this. Conversation, this interview. And again, always state that it's not to take anything away from the seriousness of what we are experiencing in this society, but it is to bring hope, it is to bring joy, it is to bring wisdom and knowledge from all walks of life, all parts of our world, on what they're doing, what we're doing, and just how we can all do this thing together. We are one, we're together, we are family. No matter where we are, this is affecting each and every last one of us. So know that we are here with you, and may you, glean something from this interview. Is our hope for you to just live in a winning world and know that you have breath in your body, and you are born and you're here to win. We're living in a winning world. Welcome, Jeannette.
Thank you.
So, how is everything going, my sister?
Yeah, things are going good now.
Yes. So
Yes,
talk to us. Tell us where are you living now?
I am living in Copenhagen, Denmark, in Europe.
Okay. And how is the COVID-19 affecting your area, or how has it affected your area?
We were the whole country were locked down in the middle of March.
Mhm.
So from one day to the other, everybody had to stay home and work from home as much as we could.
Mhm.
Everybody working in the public center was sent home, except for the ones taking care of other people, the police, and yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much
Nursing
that.
home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hospitals.
yeah. Hospitals are the ones taking care of each other. Yeah, of the ill people. They were, of course, they stayed at work.
And how have
Uh,
you been through all of this?
Actually, I got sick the same day as our country closed down. So and had all kinds of symptoms that all were seemed like it was the COVID-19 illness. So for almost 30 days, I had different symptoms, and I stayed in my home, isolating myself most of the time.
Now you have two children. How have they
Yeah,
dealt with it? With
they
all
have been at their dad's. They can stay with him, fortunately. So I didn't affect or they didn't get infected by me. So,
so
but
did they go with dad once you realized you were feeling all of these symptoms, or
no, they were actually with him because we share them 50-50s.
okay.
So they were staying with him, and then a few days later, I started feeling sick.
Okay.
So they have been with him, yeah, for quite a while.
And I know they're close to you, so can you
Yeah,
tell me how you've been able to see them in between time, in the
they
meantime?
have been coming here, helping me do my groceries. So I have had food. So my youngest is working at the grocery just down the street. So he will come and deliver goods for me
Yeah.
almost every day. And we also had to celebrate his birthday because he had his birthday while I was sick. So we did it in the garden with lots of space in between each other,
Okay.
so that I could celebrate with him.
So
He was,
you were still able to have a celebration for him.
yeah, but just his dad and his brother and me. The
Okay.
rest of the party was canceled.
Okay. Okay.
So he took it into his own hands, writing to all the guests saying, the government has spoken, the queen has spoken, because our queen went out and spoke to everyone and said, take this seriously, please. No
Yeah.
more than 10 people should get together. And yeah, so he took it upon himself, writing to all these people and saying, oh, I'm sorry, we'll have to postpone it. So a very, very mature 17-year-old boy.
And a smart one, because guess what? He'll be able to have another celebration. He's had one with the family, but when
Yeah.
this is all over, guess what? I get to have a second party.
Yeah, that might be that. He will probably have 2 more then. So
That's
yeah,
true. We don't
but
know
he was a
uh,
little bummed. He was really looking forward to that birthday. So
well, tell him to look on the bright side. He's going to be
yeah,
able to have 2 celebrations now. His
yeah.
auntie in Florida has spoken.
Yeah, but he's a good kid. So he's working hard, making sure that there are groceries on the shelves every day on the weekends, and doing his school on the
During
the
the
week
week.
during the week. Yeah.
Now, is he wearing the mask and everything in the grocery store as well? And
No,
all?
we don't wear masks at all here.
No,
It's
no
very,
one.
very no, not very many people wear masks. Yeah.
Oh, now why is that? How is that?
The government is telling us that there's no scientific proof that it will help us.
Wow. So
So it,
go ahead.
the people at hospitals, of course, they wear masks because they're working very close with people who has the disease. But
Mhm.
for everybody else who's healthy, they say we don't have any proof that it will help you,
Oh,
that you won't get sick. So with wearing the mask. So actually, just a few days ago, they had enough masks. So they are actually making a study right now with 6,000 people here in Denmark, where half of them are working without, and half of them have masks on, and they're going to make a scientific experiment to see if there is an effect.
well, I may need to send you some money to send me some masks because we can't find masks anywhere here,
So,
and everybody's wearing masks. So we're having to do makeshift masks with headbands and stuff like
uh,
that, different clothing. So I may need you to get me a couple boxes and ship my way.
I don't know if I could get any. I'm not sure. It's they are reserved for people in the health sector.
So that's not something that you all generally have at all,
No,
anyways.
no.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that is different. You're the first person that I've spoke to that, country doesn't have that in place. So let me ask you this. How many deaths, what I know not specific, but have there been many deaths in your area?
In Denmark, there's been a little over 300 in 5 weeks.
In 5 weeks,
Yeah,
300.
yeah.
So they're testing 6,000. How are they choosing the 6,000 to test with?
Well, you mean in this experiment?
Yes, with the mask.
Yeah, but we were just, those. I think they've actually volunteered.
Oh, wow. And I know your schools, you said when we spoke last week, you were telling me that the preschoolers and the young children have already gone back to school.
Yeah, yeah. Started on Wednesday. So
And
on Wednesday, from kindergarten until 5th grade, they're back in school. All the preschool, the small children are back in daycares, and all that is up and running again.
wow. And when are they
Uh,
talking about letting the secondary and the older children go back?
They right now, the next step they have taken is that from tomorrow, small businesses are going to open. Small
Mhm.
businesses such as hairdressers, physical therapists, all kind of small businesses are opening up again tomorrow.
Okay.
But
So
they
that's
get really strict guidelines to what they have to do. They have to leave space in between patients, and all these things. So
so
today they were,
social distancing is still in place.
yeah.
Okay.
So they you can't have any people in waiting rooms and stuff like that. So they are getting strict guidelines, but still it's better than not being open.
Wow.
We need to secure that people can their business will be functioning after this crisis. So we're trying to weigh up the economic gains and the, compared to the health issue, because we also need the Danes also to be resistant from this virus. So we have to slowly open up the country so that the health system can still take care of all the people that do get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have lots of available space. We don't have that many who are sick and that need special care.
So they feel that you're building up a resistance, being more open to it than closing off and kind of.
They say we have already seen that the curves are going the right direction, that less and less people are getting infected. So now we'll open up slowly and see how the curves are going to move.
Okay.
So
And they,
so I think for the next 2 weeks they're going to stop right now, and then they'll see what happens if the numbers go up or if they are stable. If they're stable, they'll open up more.
okay. Wow, that is unique. That's different. That's definitely something that's not been reported to us.
No.
So it's good to hear.
It's very strange because I live very close to Sweden. Sweden
Mm-hmm.
is only 20 kilometers away from here, which is 20-minute drive,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a total different system from us. So
Wow.
they haven't closed very much down yet. So schools
Oh,
are, I don't know if schools are open, restaurants and cafes are open, and yeah, we don't have that here in Denmark. So
so
it's very,
Sweden stayed open pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. They're hoping that that's the right strategy to pursue. So
I guess every country is in an experimental mode, so we'll see who's on the winning
yeah,
side.
yeah,
This is crazy.
yeah,
But it's quite interesting to hear, how different ones are doing different things. I spoke with Manuela earlier, and over there, everyone is like us. We're wearing masks, we're wearing
yeah,
gloves, everything is covered up.
yeah.
I think, but the only difference here, they're telling us to even wear glasses because it's in the air and you
But
have mucus membrane in
not
your eyes, eye duct moisture. That I mean, so everybody is looking at this thing
yeah.
very differently.
But
And Italy is not too
we
far.
have been, sorry.
Italy's not too far from you. Is it? How many
I,
hours?
it would take you a little over a day to go to
Out of,
Italy by car. By
by,
car,
okay.
yeah. You can fly down there in 2 hours.
Well, yeah. Figure those, fairly close. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, what are you doing being locked in by yourself, your kids, I know you get to see them periodically, but it's nothing like, the hugs and the touches and
No,
just
no, no, no,
being there.
no.
So how are you managing this? How have you had a roller coaster of emotions going on, or what's been going on with you inside in this state?
First of all, I've not been so sick that I couldn't work. So I've been working from home every day
Okay.
during these 30 days.
So
So
even if you were sick, you were able to still get up and work
yeah,
and everything.
yeah. I was only most of the time I only coughed. I only
Okay.
have the cough. So I could easily work.
Mm-hmm.
And after a week, I was going a little nuts. So I set up team meetings with
Wait a
my.
minute. Wait a minute. When you were going nuts, what was going on? We want to hear stage by stage. So what was the nut time? What was
You
that
know,
like?
I'm a people person. My batteries get charged from being around people. So being home by myself was pretty crazy. So at least I had one friend from work, and we were talking, and we were having like we are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
Some doing some FaceTime or whatever. And we were just talking, and we said, okay, I need to do something because I need to see people. So I set up meetings with the group that I work with, our finance department. So
Mhm.
every morning we check in and we talk to each other and hear how the day is gonna go, or how the night before went, or so we just have like 10-minute chat where we talk about everything else but work.
Okay. Just
So
just to have some people connection,
yeah, exactly.
human connection.
Yeah. And actually, my boss really liked it. He asked me before Easter. He said, "Oh, did you set up new meetings for after Easter?" And I said, "Yes, of course I did."
Well, it's something that you probably will be able to continue on, something that people probably never thought thought
Yeah.
they needed, and of course you're out there getting with people every day when we weren't locked down.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these little things that are being put in place, I think they should continue because it's drawing us closer and creating a more intimate atmosphere. Whereas oftentimes, it took me almost 30 years with seeing you all with doing my first reunion in September.
Yeah.
So being able to do something like this just keeps the connection even greater, and just draws us in. We all know that we're family. We traveled all those years ago, and
Yeah.
we're connected for life. Is what it is. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to. When you called me last week out of the blue, I mean, my heart just leaped, and I was so excited because God had been dealing with me on getting myself back on the road with doing what I
Yeah.
do with the winning world and everything. And it's just easy to, in times like this, and I was quarantining long before the quarantine. So it's easy to get laid back and kind of get a little bit complacent. But I needed the boost, I needed the charge, and it was already happening. But when you called last week, it was like, okay, it's time. And
Nice.
that night I had this amazing. I have been having little dreams here and there, and certain things I would look up to see what it meant, and it was actually directed me where we are today, back in this arena for myself. But that night, when we prayed that day, it was just something that just literally, it just lit up. And that night I had an amazing dream. And that very next day, on Resurrection Sunday, um, two people gave their life to Christ, after talking with me, and just recharged themselves. And I've talked, with one of them since then. And they're still, just in an amazing place. So it's amazing to see what these connections can do for us. Though it's not, face to face, it is face to face. I'm
But it
looking at
is
your
face
face,
to
you're
face.
looking at
Yeah.
mine. Like we traveled with our group face to face.
Yeah.
Face to face. So okay, so you went through your craziness of knowing that,
Yeah.
okay, I can't do this like this. So you create your group, and then you move on to what, from
I
there.
I did lots of walks. I
Okay,
went to the I went to the forest and
okay.
just walked in the forest and got my energy back. Hugged a few trees. Have you ever tried hugging a tree?
I haven't. Well, I've sawed a tree with an electric saw. Not
No, 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 no. You should give
a
it. You
hack, not with an
no,
axe.
no. You should go out. No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. You should give it a hug.
Oh, a hug.
Yeah,
Oh, actually hugging the tree.
yeah.
No, I've never hugged a tree. What
You
did
get you
hugging the
get
tree do for me? I'm gonna go and hug a tree today. Tell me what do I get?
it grounds you
Oh, now where did you get that from?
from someone in Denmark. My sister went on this course where they were talking about that, and they went out and they hugged trees. So they gave
Oh,
them a hug. So when I was missing someone, I went out and I hugged the tree. It sounds crazy. Don't tell anyone about it. We're alive.
well, I guess there's life in the tree. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like a pillow. There's no life in the pillow, but there is earthly
yeah,
life in a tree.
yeah. You don't know how much you experience from walking in the forest.
Oh wow. So but exercise is just good for you anyways. It
Yeah,
just gets everything running, your blood flowing
yeah,
properly, and just being out, getting the vitamin D and that fresh air.
yeah.
Um,
And it calms you. Your stress level also falls.
okay.
It
Okay.
will go down. And
Well,
I listen to a lot of music.
okay.
Music really gets me going.
Okay.
Like fast beat music that I can walk to and that gets my spirit up.
And see,
So
I'll put on me some salsa or some reggae because I love salsa, and I can't do too much, but I'll get in a little roll, and it just that music just does something. It like just brings everything to
yeah,
life for me.
but it really does. So yeah, I've been walking quite a lot and listening to music and yeah,
Well,
that's what.
but you've taught me something new. Hey guys out there, look, go hug a tree today.
Yeah. Or if you want to get grounded, remember to take your shoes off and walk in the grass.
Now I have heard that too. Now
Yeah, that
I have
also gets you grounded.
I've recently heard that within some months, I can't say exactly where, but I heard allowing your feet to touch the ground is a part of just reconnecting with the earth, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that
mean, everybody has something out there that's different. For me, it's been getting in my word and reading. I read my Bible every day, and I'm learning. You know how I've read through this thing before, not through this thing, through the guideline for life,
yeah.
in my case. But reading it in this season is so much more being illuminated, and I get so excited, and I will not go to sleep without getting in it. And I read so much each day because I'm going through the whole entire Bible, but I'm doing it not from Genesis to Revelations. It's literally I in the spirit when I sleep, because I've asked the Lord, show me, let the Holy Ghost lead me and guide me where I'm supposed to go, and I'll literally dream of books in the Bible in my sleep. So I'll know that, and I've marked it's up in my room, so I don't have it. I'll make sure I bring it down so I can share that on one of these lives. But it all has tabs. So when I'm given a new book to go to, I'll put the tab and the number. So when I finish where I am, I'll start where the Spirit led me to go after I finish. And amazingly, the connections and how it all is connecting out of order, which is something when I say out of order, because now our lives have kind of been thrown out of order, but
Yeah.
there's greater order coming from it. It's like we were thrown out of order to get back in true order, because I think a lot of people, I know for myself, I'm seeing and not taking for granted the things that you normally would take for granted when you're working all the time, when you're in motion, when you're moving, and you can't, you don't have all those times to go out in the forest and take your shoes off and walk, because by the time you finish at work, you're tired, you're taking care of the family, and you're washing up, freshening up to go to bed, to wake up the next morning and start the whole process over again. Not having time to go hug a tree.
But
I'm gonna
we're
take a picture of myself doing this, and I'm gonna say, "Okay, Jeannette, I'm hugging the tree. This is all for you."
we're very lucky here in Denmark because the sun is up very late. We have these light nights, so you can go out for walks. Like it's when you look outside right now, it's 8:30 and it's still
Still light.
daylight. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can go out now that we're coming to the summer period. We can. I sometimes I just go out at 8 o'clock and go for a walk. So
Okay.
it makes my days a lot longer.
Well, let
So
me ask you, because I know last week we prayed. I said, Lord, she said she felt it in her chest. How
yeah.
did you feel after that? Did it continue on?
No, I think it was mostly when we were praying, when you
But
were praying, and yeah, I could feel it right here.
wow,
It
that
was
that that was amazing. I say, wow, you like, I felt it in my chest.
yeah,
It's in the heart. He's dealing with the heart.
And I've done a lot of meditation in my life.
Yeah.
And I get those feelings also when I meditate. When I go into my body, I'll clean up inside.
Yeah, it's like just taking yourself. So that's what you were able to do in the prayer.
Yeah.
Just and you pretty much like took it right to where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I just, go ahead.
when I was dealing with stress for a couple of years ago, I would send it away on a river. I'll just put it out on small leaves, and I'll send all my problems away.
On the river, just
Yeah.
mentally.
Mentally, I was thinking about I was out in the river and I was putting all the things that I wanted to get rid of on small leaves and sending it down the river.
Isn't that something? I guess
Yeah.
that's one of those things. Like I said, God is amazing. He's given everybody something of just releasing their stresses and the strain. Some people write their stuff down and burn it up and say
Yeah.
it's burned up and gone forever, whatever, or cut up, ripped up, whatever, or bury it, it's dead. So it's a beautiful thing to hear how, we all get into our place that we need to be to reposition ourselves and just clear everything out to start afresh, and that's what those, you all have continued on in some capacities that others haven't. I really believe that this is a time that the earth, God is bringing, like my son said, healing, to the world.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not how we would want it to be, but it comes, and it's for us to take the time to embrace it and
And reflect.
actually put our ears to the God to hear.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, what are you doing? What are you saying? And what am I supposed to learn from this?
Yeah.
So what are your plans going forward? I know you're still working from home, and you
Still
don't
working.
but they haven't opened up for corporations to go back as of yet.
Oh yeah, we could go back, but because I'm in medical production, my companies, they do medical production where I'm situated. So they don't want too many people to come in. They need to keep our products clean,
Okay.
so that they will be safe for our customers and for the people who need to use them.
So you may be there another month or two, huh?
So far until the 4th of May, but I think it will be then we might start up slowly with only a few people coming in and the rest of us still working from home.
Okay. So what would you what do you have to say to the world to make it better, to make people smile today, or to give them hope, in the midst of all of this that we're all seeing and experiencing?
What I've used a lot in my time here by myself is calling people, reaching out to other people that are by themselves, calling them very, very frequently, and yeah, it always makes you feel better if you help others.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I've been doing a lot.
Yeah, and that's really, really good for people to think about, those that may be alone and may not have anyone.
Yeah. And we all know someone.
Yeah, we all know someone. That is really, really good. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we have had the meetings with our group that we traveled with. And
that one this morning, I had heard that you were gonna do something, but I never got I need to go into the cast area more often.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting back on this thing, so I've been locked down.
We did one because the first two ones have been actually situated from the States.
Okay, so you did one from Europe.
So we did one from Europe where we also got the Australians to come in because they haven't been on any of the meetings so far.
Okay.
So a little bit of prioritizing, not to be excluding the States, but to include the Australians.
Exactly, including others. And that's good, because I'm gonna go and, is it posted?
Yeah,
Right.
we posted on our group website. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to talk to some more people in some other areas as well. I wanna get the news on this thing from everywhere.
Yeah, you should
You
talk
know,
to Irina. Irina is working as a nurse in northern Italy.
oh, is she?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
so
I'll reach out.
she,
I'll reach
she
out to
has
her.
a very very important role at the moment.
Yeah, she's front line. And I mean, my hat goes off to anyone working, especially in the medical industry,
Yeah,
directly with the sick people. And she's in
yeah,
Italy where there have been so many deaths.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll reach out to her to see.
She's in one of the worst areas actually in Italy.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but she's doing fine. She was on the meeting this morning, and she looked really, really good.
Okay. Well,
So
God is using her. Up with people. People are the most joyful people that are on the face of the earth. That's why we were all connected the way we were. Yes, we tend to see things. It's amazing how they chose our cast and how they were choosing and still choose today cast to do that, because I really do believe that we're a unique set of people. Just we are unique. We're just a unique set of people, and there is a lot of love and joy in our hearts, and you know the love for community and family and connecting. That's what we're all about, and
yeah,
it's in our DNA. It's just what it is, and no one can, irrespective to what we've gone through, that can't be taken away. And we've had a few deaths, but I mean we're still here for one another, whether we connected every week or once a year, or you know for me, I hadn't seen some of you for over 30 years, but when we got together, it was as if we'd never skipped a beat. you know and that's the love.
yeah. And
That's a
I've been feeling it because while I've been sick, at the last meeting we had, group meeting we had here in the beginning of April, I told people that I'd been sick for a long time.
Mm,
And I've gotten lots of messages from people from our cast that I wasn't really that connected with, but they're still checking in to make sure that I'm okay. And that has been really, really helpful.
yeah, but you know what? It's one of those things. It was 186 of us, 186, 187 of us in that cast, and though we were traveling together, um, we all didn't cross paths the same way.
No.
Um, but even still, like you said, once someone knows something is going on, generally they're going to check in with you,
Yeah.
and you have those connections that is so beautiful. It's like, man, I never even spent time with this person, but then now you're connecting,
Yeah.
and it's all about timing. And there's a time and a season for everything under the heavens. It's biblical. And it's a we were connected back then, all those many years, for a reason, and we're connected with other casts too that were much older than us, and to come, that are coming after us. So it's a beautiful organization to have been a part of, and I'm thankful, because we would have never met and did PR together. We did promotions. We were promotional reps for the group coming into Meinershagen, Germany. I'll never forget it. Hey, you can tell them one of our crazy stories. That reminded me of that I completely forgot about.
You don't remember the story. The main story of our PR.
Anyone, tell them about it. Look, I can laugh about it now.
Yeah. I was really frightened for you at some point there. Yeah, we came into Meinershagen, and this is like almost a little over 30 years ago. And we went out one of the first nights, and we met these guys. And they told us that there had been a murder in Meinatagen just before we arrived, like maybe 2 weeks before. And the one of the guys, he was the best friend of this girl who was murdered. and that's not very funny, but Shermanda, you put all your things up against the door every night to make sure that nobody came into your room. And one night while I'm sleeping, I can hear all of these suitcases fall. And I'm like, Shermanda, are you okay? I was knocking on her door. I was so afraid something had happened to her. Yeah.
Look, I'm a country girl. Look, and people talk about murders. We didn't, that wasn't part of what I was privy to. I'm in a strange country. I'm learning a new language to be able to communicate. And we're with actual people that are talking about dead people that they were close to. And I'm like, if they were close to them, maybe they're coming after you too.
Yeah. So that was an interesting experience.
Yes. Look, I said, if anybody come in on me, I'm going to hear it. And the crazy thing is like, if someone had come in, I didn't have no weapons or anything.
you would have killed them with one of your hairbrushes or a suitcase or something. Well,
like no one's in here on me. Oh my goodness. We had such a good time. Remember driving down I drove my first 100 miles an hour on the Autobahn. We went out with Marcus and I forget his other friends.
Yuck.
Okay. Yeah. And he let me drive that car and I put the pedal to the metal. I had so much fun. Oh my goodness. We had such a good time. And that's the place that I had my first pizza with that ham pizza with the pineapple. They call it Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
But I've had it in different places. They had the best pizza. I don't know, maybe the oil is something that they use, but I have not been able to grab that taste again. But I would love that pizza.
So we have to go to Meinatagen and try pizza there.
I have to go to Meinatagen again when I make it back to y'all's area. Oh my goodness, I'm coming back. We're gonna do a family trip. We're gonna make
if you come to the Netherlands next year for the reunion, we can travel and we can go to Meinatagen and then look up Marcus.
Yes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
That would be fun.
That really would be like knock knock. Like what in the? I can only imagine his face, but I know he'd be happy. He would be elated to see us. See you.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness. But thank God for the laughter, thank God for the memories and the love. And I just want to thank you for joining me today. This has been good. And I love what you left the people with. Pick up that phone and call.
Yeah. Call people who need you to call, because I have an aunt who is like 78. And she's there by herself and she's really afraid, and I know it helps, and I sent her some flowers too. And
you make beautiful flowers and arrangements too.
Yeah, but it wasn't my own. I just sent her some with the delivery so she could get some bright colors into her life.
Okay, awesome.
And things like that, which matters a lot. Actually, our queen had her 80th birthday on Thursday, and she said, I'm not having a party because we can't have a party right now. I don't want to see anyone. And all the flowers that you used to send me, please send them to the nursing homes.
Oh,
I don't want them. So instead, people have been sending flowers to the nursing homes because they can't get any visitors at the moment.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea for people that may be listening that have florists that maybe you're not getting as many sales right now. Use the time. God bless you. We have where people could, small businesses and businesses can put in for, these loans to help them during these times. But I think instead of just letting things die, sending them to the nursing homes and
Yeah.
maybe hospitals would be an excellent idea. So if you're not doing that, look, don't let the flowers die. Get them to the nursing homes. Get them,
Yeah.
get them in the hands of people that could really use that lift up. And
Yeah.
also, there's oxygen, in
Yeah.
plants. So
And,
you're
and 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 the smell and everything, it gives you different kind of experiences.
yeah. So that's
Color,
good.
smell. Yeah.
Well, I have enjoyed this.
So have
It
I.
was the last time. We'll have something else to discuss the next time. But everything is focused around the COVID-19 now, and just
Yeah.
my way of being able to connect with people, but also to let others know what's going on around the world here on A Winning World. So thank you so much, Jeannette, for joining me and just for showing love as you have. Like I said, that I needed that call last week. So I thank you for
Good.
being obedient in the spirit. Because it gave me a little kick and a little fire up underneath me. I would have to say I had been hearing that it was time, but you were that light for me to say, get off and get up, do what you got to do.
That's good to hear.
Yes, I want to let you know, you give the accolades where they need to be. Sometimes we fail to do that. We'll just say it inside or think it, but it's important for us to let everyone know. I love you. I want you to know that. And I'm
Mm.
praying as well as our cast and, everybody. I'm praying for this world. You hear me? I'm praying for our leaders, our medical staff, the scientists, that have to create the vaccine for this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All of that's like the major thing that we're needing prayers for right now, that they find out how to stop
Right.
it
Yeah, exactly.
so that it doesn't come back, not just something that they're saying will maybe pop back up, months later. We need this thing stopped
Mm.
completely in Jesus' name. But yes, thank you. And for everybody that that is watching, able to watch right now, or will be watching later on. I want you to remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notifications and you can see whenever we go live on broadcasting. And know that we love you and we're praying for you, and we're just believing that this thing is going to be over really, really, really soon. But in the meantime, take the time to just embrace the peace and quiet that has been extended to us through, this crisis, a time where we, have time to just recenter ourselves and really know what it is that we're to do and how to start back and not get so caught up in the hustle and bustle, but make the necessary adjustments to allow the world and the nature and everything else, our lives, to continuously heal on a continuous basis beyond the crisis. So with love, hugs, and kisses. I say goodbye. Jeannette,
Yeah.
don't you click off. You hold on. I'm going to click
I'll
off
hold on.
and I will see you all soon. Thank you again, Jeannette.
Yeah, you're welcome, Amanda. Take care.